So there's quite a few announcements happening around the league, around the USL Championship, and we're going to talk about a couple of those things. But before we do, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. If you're a fan of the USL, please give this video a like because it really helps with the algorithm so that we could get more USL exposure out there. But with that, why don't we get into the first story? And that is a major story that I did not see coming. I did not think that this man was going to continue to coach in the USL Championship, and that is Antonio Nocerino being named as Las Vegas Lights FC new head coach. Now, to those who don't know, Antonio Nocerino was a great soccer player. He played in AC Milan, Juventus. Most of his career has been in Italy, and he also played for the Italian national team. Like I said, he played for AC Milan. He played with players like Zlatan, and we all know that AC Milan is a historic club. Not just anyone plays for that team, and you could make the argument that AC Milan has kind of lost its pedigree because you had players like Ronaldinho and Kaká and like I said, Zlatan, so many greats playing for that team. And I'm probably going to get hate for saying that it's not what it used to be once before. But anyways, I digress. We're talking about Antonio Nocerino. But yeah, he played for teams like that. And he also played in the MLS. He played for Orlando City, but that was towards the end of his career. We all know that the retirement league still has that nickname. And so afterwards, he becomes an assistant coach for a couple of teams. He does his thing, and then he gets his shot at Miami FC. That is the first place that he gets the opportunity to be a head coach. And you think, okay, let's see what he does. He was a great player. Let's see what he's able to do as a coach. But unfortunately, guys, this guy had the worst record in the USL Championship last season. He only had 2 wins. 11 points, I believe, was the total for the whole season. And before the season is over, I think there's a couple of games left, and he decides to leave. He says, no more. I'm not going to ride this out anymore. And I'm honestly surprised that for a name of his, he actually did stay as long as he did. And throughout all of history for 2024, whenever you look up at that season, you're going to see this team. You're going to see Miami FC, and you're going to see who the head coach was. So that is engraved for all time. So now he gets the opportunity to be the Las Vegas Lights head coach, and I was shocked by this because I did not think that he was going to get another shot in the USL, or at least this fast, to be a head coach. I thought it was going to take some time. He was probably going to be, if he wanted to continue coaching, going to be an assistant coach somewhere. And Las Vegas Lights, they made it to the playoffs last year for the first time ever. They got a new owner, and he turned that team around, and he was able to invest in them, and they made it, like I said, to the playoffs. So Antonio's going to have kind of a chip on his shoulder because let's see what he does with the team that was able to do this, to make history. And he's not going to be able to pick his players because I see online that a lot of the Las Vegas Lights guys are just coming back. It's the same guys, most of them. He's going to not pick his players that he wants. He's not going to have a say in who comes in. Is it going to work under him? Are these guys going to be able to do what they did last year under Antonio? And we don't know because, and I'm kind of skeptical because a lot of times great players, when they go into coaching, they're not the greatest coach. It's very rare because a lot of times what they do is they get very frustrated because they just think that a soccer player should know this. Like, this is basic stuff. How do you not know that you have to pass it here, or you have to do this once you get the ball, or things like that, different tactics, right? We have seen it time and time before where great players are not the best coaches. And you have those cases where the not best player turns out to be a great coach. We shall see what happens with Las Vegas Lights. Like I said, I was shocked by this. I didn't think he was going to get an opportunity this quickly. And I'm still kind of surprised that Las Vegas didn't get like Mark Briggs or Alan Marcina, or I personally believe that Hugo Perez should get an opportunity. What he did with El Salvador, the national team, I mean, people were talking about him getting the opportunity to be the U.S. men's national team head coach when Greg Berhalter got out. So think about that. How does this man not have an opportunity with a club? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Is he demanding too much money, or does he think he's better than what he is, or is he not a good coach? I don't know, but I still think that this guy should get an opportunity to be a head coach somewhere, and I would have thought at least the USL Championship would have wanted him. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with them. It looks like with the little presser that he does on X, it looks like he's a coach that a lot from his players. It looks like he's a coach that, you know, is really gonna work them out and expect that they give 100%. And I kind of like that in a coach. But of course, you have to find the balance. You have to find that you are also motivating your players to do well, to compete for you. And sometimes when you're too hard on them, I mean, look at the whole thing with Jermaine Jones, the allegations that he was too tough and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Las Vegas. Like I said, Antonio's going to have that pressure on him because he at least bare minimum has to make the playoff. I believe he has to make the playoffs to say that it was, okay, this did pan out. This was a good hire for us. I wanted to talk about that, give my thoughts on that, but also things happening around the USL that I thought was, you know, very interesting was Charly is now the new jersey provider for North Carolina FC. And I saw that this was interesting because I have two from Memphis 901 in San Diego. Both kits made by Charly. But guys, that kind of tells you something. Is Charly a curse in the USL? Because both of these teams, they don't exist anymore. There's rumors going around, right? North Carolina FC, they haven't really announced any roster things, any signings. They're kind of being quiet. So there was rumors going around, okay, is North Carolina, are they going to be the next team to fold? And I don't know, it's kind of scary now that Charly is their jersey provider. And so I don't know, I just wanted to kind of give that little comment out there. But let's face it, guys, they have been doing some great jerseys. I mean, the Memphis 901 FC one, I was a fan of. I mean, my wife got me this for Christmas, the white and gold one, and I had to get it because it's a team that doesn't exist anymore, and so I just wanted to add that to my collection. But yeah, with Charly being another kit provider, I don't know, guys, I don't know if I like this, because a thing that I like about the USL is it's not mainstream, and so you have different jerseys being provided by different companies, and I like jersey providers that aren't the biggest. I mean Charly is not Nike, right? It's not Adidas, but still it's kind of relatively up there. At least it's starting to be. I feel like they're heavily investing in the soccer market. And so I don't know, I like it when it's independent teams. I don't know, there's so many companies out there, and why not get an American one? Give them an opportunity to get their foot in the game, see what it's like to make a jersey for a high quality team. I hope the USL doesn't adopt this contract, where one company is making jerseys for every single team. I pray that does not happen in the USL Championship, in the USL period. But I get it, it's all business, and whoever pays more, you're gonna want to have them. But unfortunately, I just wish that those things kind of were overlooked. You just give different opportunities to different teams, different businesses who are trying to make a name for themselves, and let them showcase what they're all about. And so yeah, lastly, guys, the last story that I wanted to touch on, because I just think it was funny, was that Monterey Bay Union is no longer in existence because they got rid of the Union on their logo. It's now Monterey Bay FC, which I think most people were calling anyways. I don't think anybody was saying the Union, at least I wasn't. I would always just say Monterey Bay. So they did a service to all of us because it's shorter and it was a name that wasn't used. So I just want to talk about that very quickly. I wonder if there's a lot that goes into rebranding, if that costs a lot of money, because now you have to change things. I don't know, just in the business aspect, like what goes into doing something like that. But yeah, guys, we have transfers going around. We have teams that still don't have coaches. We have teams that still haven't announced any updates on their rosters. And I just can't wait for the seasons to start. But what do you guys think about Antonio Nocerino being named as the new head coach? What do you think about all the different news happening around the USL? I would love to see what you guys have to say. Just once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And with that, guys, I will see you all on the next one.